Shuja's remarkable journey from suffering to freedom is nothing short of inspiring. How do you think this elephant's incredible recovery reflects the resilience of wildlife? Share your thoughts and emotions with us in the comments below. The sun rises over Tsavo National Park, casting its golden warmth across the endless expanse of East African wilderness. This is a land where ancient rhythms still reign, where the wind carries the scent of acacia blossoms and the earth breathes with life. Herds of elephants move slowly through the brush. Birds call from distant trees and a soft lion's roar echoes faintly in the stillness. Dr. Nathan, lead veterinarian of the Tsavo Conservation Project, begins his morning patrol. Every sunrise brings with it both hope and uncertainty. Today, as his binoculars scan the distant hills, his gaze catches on an elephant standing apart from the herd, solitary, still, and swaying. There is something about the way the animal stands that unsettles him. Elephants are proud and stoic, but this one is motionless, its belly distended and trembling. Nathan narrows his eyes. The elephant shifts its weight awkwardly and for a moment lifts its trunk to its swollen underside. That's when Nathan sees it clearly, a large abnormal swelling just behind the ribs. Something is terribly wrong. Without delay, Nathan sets out toward the elephant. His instincts are sharp. A swelling like that could mean internal infection, an abscess, or even worse. Time now is of the essence. As he approaches, Nathan moves cautiously, ensuring the wind carries his scent away. The elephant, a mature bull with a single long tusk, breathes heavily, his eyes half closed. His belly bulges unnaturally, a firm mass protruding from his left side. Every breath causes the swelling to quiver. The elephant doesn't bolt or threaten. Instead, he shifts slightly as if making space for the approaching human. Nathan halts a safe distance away. There is no aggression in the bull's posture, only fatigue, as if the effort of carrying his own body has become too much. Nathan speaks softly. "Easy, boy. I see you." The elephant lowers his head, letting his trunk rest gently on the earth. There is a resignation in his movement, not of defeat, but of a creature who senses help and has chosen to accept it. Nathan has worked with many elephants in his career, but this moment, the quiet trust of a wild giant, leaves him still. He radios his team. "We have a large male. Abdominal swelling advanced. We'll need full sedation and surgical prep. This one's serious." Within the hour, the veterinary team arrives, skilled professionals who move with practiced calm. A field surgery kit is unpacked beneath the shade of a nearby tree. A tranquilizer is prepared, calculated precisely for the elephant's weight. Nathan loads the dart and fires. It strikes gently behind the shoulder. The elephant flinches, but does not panic. Within minutes, he begins to sway, then slowly lowers himself to the ground. The earth quakes beneath his weight. The team rushes in. The examination confirms Nathan's fears. The swelling is firm, hot to the touch, and clearly painful. An ultrasound reveals a massive abscess, likely caused by a puncture wound or internal rupture filled with fluid and dangerously close to spreading infection throughout the body. A decision is made, they must operate. With antiseptic and gloved hands, the team makes a precise incision along the bulging skin. Pus and fluid burst forth, a sign of immense pressure built over days, if not weeks. The smell is foul, but Nathan does not flinch. This is where experience counts. For hours, the team drains, cleans, and irrigates the site. The cavity is disinfected and left partially open to allow continued drainage. Antibiotics are administered, and the elephant is tagged for ongoing monitoring. Nathan stands over the slumbering creature, exhausted but relieved. "He's stable," he says. "We'll call him Shuja. It means warrior." Shuja is moved to a temporary rehabilitation enclosure, a broad semi-wild area carefully designed to mimic his natural habitat. There are acacia trees for shade, a cool water trough nearby, and a low perimeter to keep predators at bay while still allowing the elephant space to roam. The atmosphere is quiet, intentional, and calm, every detail designed to help the ailing elephant feel safe. The days that follow are delicate. Shuja, still recovering from the sedation, is groggy and clearly in discomfort. He shifts his weight often and stands for long periods, reluctant to lie down. His belly remains tender, the swollen lump still noticeable, but he is alive. Nathan arrives at dawn each morning. He works gently, cleaning the inflamed site, checking for signs of infection, flushing it with sterile solution, and applying salve to reduce the swelling. Shuja doesn't resist. There's no panic, no rage, only a deep weariness and something more, a quiet, cautious acceptance. By the 5th day, a change is evident. The swelling softens. Shuja begins to eat again, first ripe bananas and papaya, then bark and tender shoots. He raises his trunk in greeting, one morning a slow curling motion. It is not dominance. It is not fear. It is connection. Week by week, Shuja's progress is marked in small victories. His appetite returns fully. He begins walking slowly around the enclosure, testing his strength. Though still cautious, he now approaches Nathan without hesitation, sometimes even standing beside him as he works. Nathan speaks to him often, not with commands but with calm explanations. "You're doing well, Shuja. That swelling's almost gone. You'll be back where you belong soon." Shuja seems to understand the rhythm of these visits. When Nathan arrives, he turns to face him. When he leaves, Shuja watches the vehicle disappear beyond the brush. Other members of the team are amazed. "He responds to your voice," one vet says. "It's like he knows you saved him." But Nathan doesn't take credit. He knows what it means when a wild animal chooses to trust a human. It is not ownership, it is a sacred contract, one forged not in words but in quiet understanding. After nearly 7 weeks of steady recovery, the long-awaited day finally arrives. The swelling in Shuja's belly has receded. He moves with a grace that had once seemed impossible. His steps sure, his posture proud. The dull haze in his eyes has lifted, replaced by something unmistakable, clarity. His single tusk gleams beneath the soft morning sun as a gentle breeze carries the scent of distant rain across the open plains. At the edge of the protected reserve, the team assembles quietly. Dr. Nathan stands with them, his arms crossed, eyes fixed on the great elephant before him. The gate to the reintroduction enclosure swings open. Beyond it lies Tsavo and all its vast untamed majesty. Shuja pauses. He doesn't rush. His ears fan out slowly, catching the wind. Then he turns his head toward Nathan, holding his gaze in a long, searching look. There is no trumpet, no grand display, just stillness. Then, without hesitation, Shuja steps forward and vanishes into the tall grass, his silhouette blending into the golden horizon. Nathan doesn't call after him. He doesn't need to. Shuja is where he belongs, but it isn't goodbye. Days later, the rangers spot him near the research station, lingering just beyond the tree line, watching. He never comes close, never intrudes. He simply stands silently before turning and walking away. It happens more than once. Nathan smiles gently. "He's checking on us," he says. That's just who he is. Shuja's story spreads through conservation groups, across wildlife documentaries, into classrooms around the world. His images, of a swollen belly that once threatened his life, of determined steps taken toward recovery, and of his triumphant return to the wild, become powerful emblems of what is possible when science, compassion, and courage converge. His name, meaning warrior, now echoes far beyond the boundaries of Tsavo. For Dr. Nathan, it is the most personal of victories, not for recognition or accolades, but for the quiet bond formed in the golden dust of the savannah. Beneath the acacias under a rising sun, he connected with an elephant who, despite his suffering, chose to trust. In the years that follow, Nathan will treat countless animals, each case unique, each life precious. But none will stay with him quite like Shuja, the silent giant who bore his pain with stoic grace and gave his trust unconditionally. And somewhere deep in the wild heart of Tsavo, a great elephant with a single tusk roams the plains, strong, restored, and free. From time to time, he pauses by the old trail near the station, standing tall in the grasses, gazing at the horizon. Because some bonds, once forged, endure forever, even in the wild. Thank you for watching. If Shuja's story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to support our work in wildlife storytelling. Together, we keep their legacy alive.